Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense because here we talk about everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I also need to let you know that the subscriber mode has been enabled. What does that mean? That means if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to subscribe to the channel. And I see we have a comment in the chat. Okay. Good, good evening, Don Armando. Thank you for stopping by. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether it be from day one or just recently. I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you have given me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter in your devices, whether it be live or whether it be on the playback. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay. Uh, Before we get into the topic at hand, excuse me, just give me a moment. We're going to have another moment of In My Words. When it comes to the theme for tonight, I cannot take any credit. I have to give the credit to Multi because she had a stream similar to this. Of course, the difference is what are your icks. So basically, it's like a more of a younger version of pet peeves. So that's going to be the topic for tonight. Um, I see that things have the going back and forth between Grandma Shant and Harvey the Sheriff has quieted down, at least for now. We shall see um, what they states that way. I gotta admit, it was very hilarious to see them going back and forth. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, not everyone is going to think of you as their cup of tea. Every YouTube creator has haters. So I mean, the best thing to do is not to focus so much on the haters and focus on yourself and to be the best version of yourself. Okay. So that's and it's on my mind. Also, what's on my mind is last week I went to see someone from my primary care physician team um, for a regular checkup, and I'm happy to say that I lost 8 pounds. Okay, which is a good thing. First of all, I'm not just losing the weight so I can have surgery. I'm losing the weight because it's better for my health. Because I'm not young anymore, so I have to really take care of myself. Also, I want to ease the pressure that's on my knees. So when you are morbidly obese, it does create a great deal of pressure on the joints. So and I do want to live a healthier life, a long life. Um, when everything is said and done, I know there's just going to come a day when I'm going to have to meet my maker. But meanwhile, let me do what I can to make sure that I remain the healthiest that I can be. I'm looking forward because I'm going to be doing some traveling. Um, Next month, I'll be away. I'll be out of the city. I have to be perfectly honest. I have not done much traveling this year. I mean, I've been to Philly a couple of times. I've been to Albany once. So this year, so now I'm going to Kansas City. So uh, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be loading some videos regarding my trip over there to share with the audience. So in the sense that you'll be with me enjoying the sights of Kansas City. It's my first time visiting the city, so I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. Um, Now, there have been some YouTube creators that have been absent. Um, s- I would say the main reason is that they decided to take what I call a YouTube sabbatical. Um, and to be perfectly honest, that's not necessarily a bad thing because you do, I mean, it does take a great deal of time and energy to invest when you're trying to create content and you're trying to have a successful platform. So it does take a great deal of time. First of all, you have to devote the time to do the research. In order for your topics, you need to prepare your notes and at least give some education and be prepared for feedback. So that's always been something that we all have to deal with. And eventually, I might be taking a short sabbatical myself. When I do not know. Okay. When I do decide to take my sabbatical, you will be informed. Okay. And I will continue. Once I take my sabbatical, there'll be some of the streams which I'll do a rebroadcast. So for those who did not see them, the opportunity to see them for the first time, and those that have seen it, it doesn't hurt to see something that you've seen before, and it may give you some uh, food, food for thought. So that's something to bear in mind. Okay. And one more thing that I'm going to say. Next month is my birthday, so I will be 61. So I'm creeping up to that age when I'm able to retire. Um, Believe me, when it's my time to retire, I will do so. And I see we also have Kesha in the chat. Well, first of all, Kesha, a huge shout out to you because you reached 400 subs. I mean, that's wonderful. The fact of the matter is, I remember when I had more subs than you. You know what? It's all well. I'm not jealous. Huge shout out to you. You've definitely put in a lot of work and energy with your content. So I'm happy for you uh, for reaching another milestone. Okay. One more thing I will add is you're welcome. Um, I continue to get a lot of people who view my content, but they don't subscribe. So I just want to look, if you find value in my content, if you enjoy my content, if you think and what I worth is worth your time and energy to view when you have so many literally millions of YouTube creators out there, how about showing me some appreciation and subscribing? Okay, it doesn't cost you anything. I appreciate it. Thank you. And of course I try to share your content as well. Uh, be perfectly honest, when it comes to the locks and the hair, I mean I don't tend to share that much. I mean that's not exactly my forte. No offense. So with that with that being said, Now we're going to get into the main topic. So, the topic for tonight is what are your pet peeves? Okay. And look, to be perfectly honest, you know, I cannot take credit. I mean, multi did her stream called Whether Your Aches, something to that fact. And, it was very entertaining. So if you have not had a chance, please check out her stream. Um, of course, we all at times have technical difficulties trying to deal with put in the link and other things of that nature. Um, Maybe she needs to send an email to StreamYard as far as dealing with some of the issues that she's been experiencing. Okay, so as you can see by the thumbnail, the let's see. Let me just take a look at this. When people, okay. When people stare but don't say anything to me. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I hear you. That is a pet peeve. Okay, that could be annoying like crazy. Okay, but let me share with you my first pet peeve. Before I continue, let me just let you know that the link to join the panel has been pinned. So if you wish to join the panel and share some of your pet peeves, by all means do so. Okay. Yeah. It's like, do you know me? What? Nah. Yeah. You know what? That can be annoying. Okay. Okay. That can really be annoying. Let me just share with you my first pet peeve. And actually, I put down 21. It's There can be more than 21. Okay. My first peeve is being unable to reach a decision. Okay. It can be very annoying. Like, for example, let's say you're taking someone out to eat and you're treating that person. Okay. And then you ask that person, well, what do you want to eat? Uh, Whatever. And it's like, well, first of all, anyone that knows about New York literally has like hundreds of thousands of places to eat. Okay. And, you know, maybe you may not be in the mood you may not be in the mood for something, whether it be Mexican, Chinese, what have you, or if you need to make a decision about something and you're indecisive, to me, that's a pet peeve. Okay, make a decision already. Make a good one or a bad one, whatever. Just make a bloody decision. That can be annoying. Okay, when you don't make a decision. Okay. Also, in the same way, like when you're dealing with a project and trying to get that person's feedback and okay, leaving a sip of juice, milk, or water in the refrigerator and putting it back at week. Yeah, you know what? That kills me too. You might as well finish the container and just throw it away. Why do you leave a little slip of juice, milk, or whatever? That doesn't make any sense. But remember, it's called common sense because if it was common sense, it would be used more often. Okay. Another pet peeve of mine is talking too much. Now, we all dealt with people who love to talk, talk, and talk. And they go on and on and on, and they don't allow you to speak. They don't allow you an opportunity to share their point of view. It's like they love to listen to this, hear their own bloody words. That could be annoying. And we have dealt with a couple of people here on these YouTube streets when people they go on and give you like the War and Peace version of a response when Reader's Digest version is more appropriate. For those who are not familiar, War and Peace is a very long story that goes on and on and on, non-stop. Okay, that can be annoying. Okay, another pet peeve I have is asking you to repeat your words many times. Okay, look, I don't mind saying the same thing once, twice, maybe three times, particularly if I'm speaking if I'm speaking fast. But come on, when are you gonna start to listen? Okay, I don't like to repeat myself multiple times. It's annoying to me. Okay, and it just shows that you're not paying attention to what's being said. Okay, and believe me, this is a pet peeve. It's always been a pet peeve when people ask you to repeat yourself over and over and over again. Particularly when you're dealing with customer service, when you're gonna like repeat the same thing multiple times. You have to repeat the same problem multiple times. You have to constantly repeating as far as the information that you need to self-identify. That could be annoying like heck. Okay. Another pet peeve is acting like a cat. Okay. Now for the benefit of those of you who do not know what can, these are people who are extremely entitled, who think they're being persecuted when they're not, when they should get everything their way, regardless, and then they always are right. In Spanish, we have a term. No, there's a term for get es siempre tiene razón, which basically, more or less loosely translate, they're always right. Even when they're wrong, they're right. Okay, and that can really be annoying at times. Okay. Another pet peeve of mine is unreasonable expectations. This is something that both men and women are guilty of. Okay, just to let everybody know, these pet peeves that I'm discussing, they're not directed towards the male or female gender. Okay, it's directed to people in general, and I think it's something we have to bear in mind because people like to just make assumptions and what have you. And let me just take off my account. Okay, people make assumptions, and sometimes they come up with some of the crazy expectations, and that can be annoying. Okay, another pet peeve is not listening. I don't know about you, but what bothers me is when I'm trying to have a conversation with a person and the person's not there. Now I see I have a guest. So before I let my guest in, let me let everybody know that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people at home may consider offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How you guys doing?
Okay, how you doing tonight?
I am doing good. Thank you for letting me jump on your panel real quick. I enjoyed the stream. You guys had a multi channel regarding icks, and I know this is something similar, pet peeves, and I think it's a really interesting conversation. So I just wanted to add a couple of pet peeves I have, and shout out to you, your channel, and thank you for the shout out on mine as well.
Well, you know what? First of all, let me just say publicly, shout out to you for reaching 400 subs. Okay, it just shows how successful your platform has been.
Yeah, and knowing that I don't have to stress myself about the live videos, and I have a little rhythm like that really gives me like calming moments, because I'd be having like anxiety and be stressing out and stuff like that. So I'm really happy I found a little rhythm or whatever case is that doesn't require me to be online so often. But I'm happy that you especially helped me with so much in the very beginning. So big shout out to you.
Okay. For the benefit of those who are watching this stream for the first time, maybe they may not be familiar with your platform. Would you like to share what your platform is about?
Sure. So I have a platform that airs live on Saturdays nights, 8 p.m. Sometimes live, sometimes pre-recorded. It's called Wine and FaceTime, and I pretty much talk about things that bother me or irk me, or things I'm curious or inquisitive about, or like feedback and comments on. And I started my YouTube channel pretty much just talking about my fitness journey, my hair journey, my makeup journey, and discover short videos. And it's a welcoming, safe space. There's no hate or violence or anything crazy happening over there. Real calm manner, platform. And I don't censor anybody on my platform. And I do a couple of short videos throughout the week, but I go live normally once a week, which is Saturdays at 8 p.m.
Okay. So, what do you think about the topic regarding pet peeves?
Very interesting. I think people have more pet peeves since COVID-19, since we're all like, don't stand too close to me, don't touch me, don't be in my face talking where spit's landing on me. I think people have more pet peeves now since we've been on lockdown and all these restrictions and vax and stuff like that. So a good conversation, and I feel like even kids have pet peeves, even little kids in elementary school, preschool, they have personalities and attitudes where, you can't talk to them too early in the morning. They have mood swings. So this conversation is for everyone, older people, younger people. Everyone has a pet peeve, whether they acknowledge it or they don't.
Okay. Well, one thing I want to make it perfectly clear, as I just stated a couple of minutes ago, these pet peeves are not directed towards any gender. This is something that both male and female can show at times.
Absolutely. And I want to say one of my pet peeves. So one of my pet peeves is like, say you're like, outdoors somewhere, say you're shopping or you're in an office building and, there's a crowd of people walking in the same direction, or maybe you're in the subway and someone who's directly in front of you, like lets the door slam right in your face. They don't have the courtesy to like just hold open the door, while you're all going through, like they'll legit just not extend the door, or, even look back to see if someone's behind them. They'll just, straight just keep it moving. Like sometimes that was a pet peeve. And I should take the train, but I don't take the train anymore. Thank God. Shout out to me. I don't take the train anymore. But I would hate, like, like say you're going, through the turnstile or like a gate or something, and people just let the door slam right in front of your face. Like, someone's behind you. Like the crowd is moving a certain way, or even like a shopping mall or something like that. People go in and out the front door. Like, it's courtesy. Just hold the door open behind you. Like, someone's behind you for the most part. People just let the door slam right in front of your face. I feel like that's such a pet peeve, so annoying. Like, people just so rude. But maybe that's just New York only.
Well, one pet peeve I didn't list is like, you know what? When okay, now you know that my movement has been slow due to my bad left knee. So, what is a pet peeve is I'm sure. Okay, so here I am. I'm getting on the bus. So it's going to take me a little time to get on the bus because I have to make sure I put away my electric car, make sure I have to kind of situate it, and I try to grab the first seat available. One pet peeve I have is when a person behind me rushes and sits down in front of me. It's like, you mean you're in that much of a hurry to get a seat, and can't you tell that that I need a little bit of time because I'm not exactly physically fit.
Yes, like when I used to take the train, I swear, men don't come for me on this train. I love men. I'm not, on them. I hate men, but I used to hate when I go to train. A man would jump in the seat and he'll see a woman standing right there. He won't even offer her the seat. He'll just jump in the seat with his little book bag and his work boots. Like he has the hardest day in the whole fucking world. And he won't even ask the woman standing up nearby, Miss, would you like to sit down? They'll just jump in the seat like, well, goddamn, like, so the woman don't mean nothing now? Like, you ain't gonna just offer her a seat, even if you don't really want to, you ain't gonna just apply the gesture or nothing, you gonna just slap your little booty down.
No, I mean, look, I remember one time years ago when I have recovered. I was in recovery due to a knee replacement, total knee replacement of my right knee, and I was walking with an aid with a cane. So there was a lady that was gracious enough that was going to give up her seat for me because she saw me. I was walking with a cane. So obviously, I'm struggling to get to move around a little bit. So there was this. Okay, how can I say this without sounding
Woosah first, woosah.
homophobic? Okay, there was this. This person appears to be a trans person, or at
Alphabet
least
people.
sexually no, undefined. Takes off their sneaker and throws it at the seat space where I was going to sit down.
Yeah, that's annoying. I hate when people do that. It's like you didn't pay for an extra seat. Like you're in an airplane, you didn't get a chance to put your bag, your luggage in the seat beside you because you didn't pay for that extra seat.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? It's not worth the argue with this individual because who knows, this person might be on their meds, or who knows what's going on.
Mhm.
I don't know what going. Look, when you're on the subway, you have to be mindful of some of the cycles that you have to deal with.
Yes, if you live in a city where you have subways or there's like mass transit or a lot of congestion, like, Chicago, LA, New York, like those city populated areas, be mindful because you never know what's going on with people's brains in the mornings and afternoons.
Yeah, that's true. So let's go.
I have another one before you go.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, another pet peeve of mine is like, say you're at the grocery store or the supermarket or whatever the case is, and say you're short like 1 cent or like 59 cents or less than a dollar, and the person's like, no, yeah, so you can't get it. Like, like really, you can't even go for like 1 cent or 2 cents or 5 cents. Like, that be killing me when people be taking their job so seriously. Like, all right, no one trying to get nobody fired, but like, if it's under a dollar, like, it ain't hurting nobody. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? You get the change out your own pocket and put it back or put it from your tips or whatever the case is. Like some people be really taking their job too serious. Like, nope, you don't have the exact change. If you're short, firing. Like,
Yeah. Well, another pet
but
peeve I
maybe
have
that's
is,
just me. I don't know.
yeah, you know what? I can kind of understand it in a way, but it's like there's better ways to deal with that situation. Another pet peeve I have is let's see, where was I? Okay. Not accepting accountability. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, because it's like, look, if you made a mistake or you did something that the person did not like, instead of trying to deflect, instead of trying to argue or trying to find some sort of justification, just be the adult and say, you know what, I screwed up. I did this. I did that. It's not going to be the end of the world if you accept accountability. But it seems like that's something that's happening. I don't want to say it's the younger generation that's guilty of this, because people in every generation is guilty of not accepting accountability. What are your thoughts?
Sorry, I was trying to write a comment in the chat when you said that. Sorry about that. But
Let me just
yep.
okay. Let me just okay. Uh, let me one saying is that when it comes to, there are people who cannot deal. accept accountability. And sometimes they tend to put too much emphasis on the younger generations. And what people don't understand is that there are people in every generation that are guilty of not taking accountability for their actions. So, what are your thoughts?
I totally agree. I feel like again, a lot of people are on edge since 2023. Again, going back to the pandemic, it's really changed people mentally. Many people are like more short mind, short tempered, and less mindful and more agitated and irritated. And them taking accountability is more like, "Oh, you checking me? You trying to say, they take it in a negative way. They don't take it as in someone giving them constructive criticism." And again, going from like, different generations, baby boomers to millennials to Y Genzers and, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like each group will take it differently depending on the environment, whether it's like the workspace or personal life. And I think some people don't even acknowledge it as accountability. They just look at it as in like, someone has beef with them or there's an issue or there's a rift or someone trying to control them. Like they don't even look at it as an accountability thing depending on what generation you're from. So that's a big one. People need to understand it. No matter how old you are, where you come from, what you didn't see, what you did see, everyone has to claim accountability for something.
Yeah. And one thing that the people in my generation have to accept that when it comes to the millennials and the Gen Z people, I mean, we're partially responsible for the way they act because not all of our generation were, how can I say it, um, gave the best example for them to follow.
Yeah, that's true, but I was just talking to my partner about this the other day. I'm like, when you know better, you do better. And that's something we all gotta check ourselves and each other on sometimes. Like we can always say we've been through this, we've been through that, we've been through this, we've been through that. But like once we know it's trauma, once we know it's toxic, once we know it's negative, it's tragedy, it's whatever, 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 and we have that self awareness that we know that's what it was and we now know what to do. Like we gotta keep looking forward, like not backwards to the point, well, this is just my circumstances, so I'm never gonna change, I'm never gonna try, I'm never gonna do nothing because this is just where I come from. Like once we know better, we do better. Like that's really is the thing. Like you gotta get tired of being uncomfortable in that feeling in that space and just accepting your situation because it's so called the product of your environment or where you came from. Like when you know better, you do better, period.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to combine the next two into one: complaining too much and being hard headed. Okay. Now, it's one thing if you are expressing displeasure regarding a situation, um, whether whether it be that you are not treated correctly or whatever or there was an issue. Okay. But when you are constantly spending the entire day griping on the same thing again and again and again, it gets a little annoying after a while, and then people start to lose interest. And then when I'm hard headed, be thick headed. But basically, these are people that cannot are not flexible, cannot see things through another point of view. That they're always right. In Spanish, we have a term, this is a saying, que es siempre tiene razón, which basically more or less means the person's a loose translation, the person's always right. Even when they're wrong, they're right. I don't know if you ever dealt with any such people in your walks of life.
Oh yeah, for those kind of people, you always gotta re-reference things that they said in the past to make them remember or state a lot of facts to them. Because if not, they don't own it or respect it or understand it or acknowledge it. So I definitely do, have dealt with those kind of people, before, and it's like it's great to be strong-minded and be confident and believe in such things, But at the end of the day, you gotta really be you got to step out the box a lot of the time to look from the outside, and it's hard when we're the subject, we're the picture. we're in the frame. We can't step out and be the outside looking in to like see that constructive feedback or that criticism. So it could be tough, you know. Again, I feel like a lot of people are just so comfortable in their comfort zone and that spot where they feel like they're always right that, you know, they don't want to acknowledge anything else.
Good evening, King Macho. As far as Zacharias and his neurotic podcasts and his allegations that I'm a racist and a bigot,
What? What's going on, Jose?
no, it's just an individual that apparently was off his meds. He got on my platform and he talking about how I was not being fair, I'm not being partial, that that I'm being biased against him. Yeah, I allow him on my platform. I allow him to express his point of view. After a while, it got to the point where he did not. He tried to cut me, and it's like, if you're not gonna allow me to speak, guess what? You can depart. So it's just that.
Wow, we really need
Uh,
some YouTube police out here. Like this just keeps getting more and more serious. Like, where are the YouTube police when we need them? Like, we need YouTube complaints, YouTube arrests, because this is getting ridiculous.
okay, first of all, good evening, Don Armando. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey,
Look, this
Don.
is the look. This the problem with this platform is that it attracts everybody. It attracts people like us who produce quality content, and they have individuals like Zacharias who got nothing better to do, except going on talking about he's mixed when he's black, and talking about how everyone hates him, whatever, and it's going on and on and on and on. It's like, well, examine yourself, Zacharias. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Jose?
I said that here on this platform, it attracts all types of people. You have people like ourselves and those in the chat who create quality content, and then you have those who are in need of medication, who get on these YouTube streets and stop spreading their narrative. And in this case, that I'm a racist and I'm a bigot. Now, mind you, my audience consists of a little bit of everything. And in fact, if you take a look at my platform and you see who my moderators are, it's a wide assortment. So all
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I definitely
yeah,
tell you.
yeah. So all I'm gonna say is either you produce your evidence or shut up. Okay.
I I definitely hear that. Jose, I have some mommy duties I have to attend to, so I have to step down and try to step back up. How long you gonna be on?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully it'll be an hour, but but don't worry about it. I mean, everyone has a life, so
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll definitely be in the chat for sure. And I'll see if you're still live. I'll start to listen, you know, while I'm doing what I'm doing.
okay. Thank you very much for stopping by.
No problem. Have a good one. Shout out to the chat.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Look, look, the fact of the matter is this: you have individuals who are troubled. Okay, you have individuals that need therapy. You have individuals that, for all due respect, um, instead of devoting their time being in these YouTube streets, they need to spend time with therapy and deal with whatever issues that they're facing. But that's neither here nor there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step out for a second to get something to drink because I've been talking for about 45 minutes. So I'll be right back. Just bear with me. Which brings about another pet peeve when I have. When you have people, excuse me, who hop on panels who don't have anything constructive to say but just want to get there to occupy space. Okay. So that's one pet peeve. Okay. And this is the thing. There are going to be times when I'm not going to join a platform. And that's because, first of all, I am not knowledgeable regarding the subject. So, so instead of me getting up there and trying to say whatever, I'll just, you know, yeah. So I just watch. I might enter a comment or I might ask a question here and there, but I'll be watching from the clouds. Okay. So there's certain individuals they got nothing better to do. Okay. And again, if it was left up to me, anyone who wants to have a YouTube channel or be on YouTube has to go through a psychological evaluation. Okay, because realistically speaking, some people should not be on these YouTube streets. I'm not going to get into specifics. I think everyone knows who I'm referring to. Okay, but the fact that some people should not be in these YouTube streets. Okay. Now, this is another pet peeve: being too flirty with the opposite sex, and that's applicable to both male and, and female. Let me just give you an example. Yeah, no, let's say I have a girlfriend, say girlfriend's with me, and she gets a little bit too flirty with a guy. That's a huge pet peeve. First of all, because first of all, that can cause um, issues. There are some people can take it the wrong way regarding someone being flirty, whether it be a male or a female. Okay. Generally, I am not flirting with the opposite sex at all. Okay. I don't. I don't do that. Um, because that's a line I don't cross. I don't do that. I don't expect someone I'm dating to do that as well. And to be perfectly honest, as you notice, I don't refer to members of the opposite sex as sweetie, honey, baby, or mommy, or whatever. Okay. Uh, if I know you very well and I have like deep affection, but nothing, something platonic, I might refer to you as some opposite sex as a sister or as a daughter. Okay. I would never say sweetie, honey, whatever. That's just not me. Okay. Nor mommy. Okay. The only ones I would call sweetie, honey, whatever would be would be my girlfriend at the time. Okay. But I would never uh, refer to a member of the opposite sex that I'm not in a committed relationship because first of all, it can cause a lot of problems. Okay, so that's a huge. Okay, that's a huge. Okay, now I don't know if it's more of an issue for women of her men. Okay, so if there's any women in the chat watching in the clouds, is that an issue when your significant other is a little bit too flirty with the opposite sex? Please enter a comment in the chat. And the same thing applies to the men as well. If that's an issue, if your significant other is a little bit too flirty with the opposite sex, because you know what, that can lead to misunderstanding, and that can lead to some conflicts. So yeah, another thing that it's a pet peeve when people are too clingy. Okay, that is annoying. I mean, look, it's one thing if you want to touch, gentle touch on the shoulder, whatever. But when you're constantly like near me all the time, it's like, don't you have your own space? Don't you want your own space? Why you have? I mean, you don't have to be physically attached to me 24/7, and it's not a good thing. Okay, everyone needs their alone time. So when you have people that are too clingy, yeah, okay. That's annoying. I don't know how people in the clouds deal with that, but to me that is annoying like heck. It's very annoying to me. Uh, Another pet peeve is taking things without your permission or assuming that it's okay for you to take something. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but if you want to borrow something of mine, ask. Don't assume that it's okay to take it without asking, because you don't know. I mean, I might need it for something or whatever, and it's a courtesy. It's a courtesy. It's a courtesy. If you need something, you need to use something. Ask. There's nothing wrong. I mean, basically, the answer is it's going to be one or two answers. It's going to be yes or no. Okay. And if it's no, well, guess what? You're going to have to deal with it. That's all. But this whole thing of taking stuff, abusing stuff, without without permission, yeah, that's a pet peeve. Okay. Another one is griping, which is basically similar to being complaining too much. I mean, look, I get it. You might be upset about something, and you're trying to vent. Okay, I can understand that, and I can allow you to vent a little bit. But when it comes to being nonstop, that's when it gets annoying. And I don't know about you, but the last thing I want to do is hear people griping all day, talking about, oh, the trains of this, the boss is a jerk, I hate my job. Okay, well, look, the the fact of the matter is this: there's gonna be days when things don't go right at your job. Okay, but to spend the entire day or days griping about a situation does not change the situation. Okay, if you can, try to change your situation. Okay, and if not, try to adapt to it. Okay, but spending all this time griping doesn't do anyone any good. I'm sorry. Okay. Another pet peeve I have is not accepting other people's points of view. Well, one thing we all have to bear in mind: we all see things differently. Okay, we all have different points of view. Our point of view, is formed by our own life experiences. Okay, and also formed regarding the interactions that we have had with other people. So you can have 10 people together, you're going to have 10 different experiences, and you're going to have 10 people are going to look at things in a different way. And that's not a bad thing, okay? As long as we are all willing to be agreeable when we disagree. I know I mentioned this multiple times, but I mean, a perfect example is me and Denise. I mean, we disagree. I don't know how many. I mean, at this point, I lost count how many times that we disagree. And in fact, our first encounter was a disagreement. Okay. The difference is we were able to articulate logically our points of view. And those times when we do disagree, we can respect each other. Okay. And I see there's Irby in the chat. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Tonight's topic is what are your pet peeves? So basically, it's kind of like my interpretation of multi-stream. I mean, for for lack of a better term. And like I said, huge shout out to Multi because Multi was the first one to come up with this topic. Okay, well at least well maybe this way, she discussed it more before I did. So a huge shout out to Multi. But so basically, what I've been doing is I've been sharing what are some of my pet peeves. Okay, I think you share a couple as well. One of them, unless I'm mistaken, had to do with the fact that if, how can I say this in a nice way, not PG way, when a girl down there, it's too hairy or furry, when she looks like Chewbacca's sister. I think that was one pet peeve that you had. So basically, that's what it is. We're talking about pet peeves. So I've been sharing um, what are my pet peeves. Keisha was here a few minutes ago. She said she shared some of the pet peeves. Okay, so another, like I said, one is not accepting other points of view. Okay, if everyone thought the same way, life would be so bloody boring. Okay, and when that happens, it weakens ingenuity. So you have to encourage independent thought. Okay. Another pet peeve I have is tardiness. Okay. Now, one thing about me. Okay. I see that, and I see we have when it says that use AI to get people in trouble. Yeah, it's like I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about that. People have no life. People have, I mean, whatever. But another pet peeve is tardiness. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but this is a pet peeve for me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because time is an it's a finite asset. Okay. Not everyone has all the time in the world. So when you have that mindset, you don't want to waste time. Okay. So when people are late, particularly if you bother to make the effort to arrive on time and they are late, that could be annoying. Okay. Now, of course, some people tend to be more chill than others. I mean, but still, if you say that you're going to meet at a certain time, you should try to meet at a certain time. If there's an issue, there's nothing wrong with calling or texting. Okay. Another pet peeve I have is being petty. People, I'm sorry, but people be stressing out in this youth sometimes in our walks of life over. over silly stuff. And I see here Don Armando has another pet peeve is when liars distort history to fit their crazy point of view. Yeah, you know what? People have their delusions. Okay, I'm not going to get into any names, but there's the people that have a warped sense of reality. There are people who, I mean, you can say that the sky is blue. They say the sky is gray. What can you do? It's really not much you can do with these people. The best thing is just leave them alone in their delusion. Okay, that's why I refer to these people as the mentally and intellectually challenged because they are a challenge. Okay, when you have people who cannot rationalize in a logical way, people get emotional. People go on and on and on regarding the same subject at nauseam. After a while, it gets to be annoying. Okay. Another pet peeve is being too lazy. Okay. If I ask you to do something and you're able to do it, just do it. Okay. Don't complain about it. Don't gripe about it. Okay. Let's see. How can how can a guy who says I'm pure European, perhaps in the same skin? Yeah, but look, I know who you're referring to, but you know what? That is that person's delusion. Okay, I know I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm not indigenous. Okay, I happen to be myself. Okay, but you know what? Let people think the way they wish. Okay, so I'm not even going to argue with such individuals. Another pet peeve when people are lazy. Okay, are lazy. Boy, this can be annoying. Okay, when you ask people to do something and they try to pass it to someone else to do, no, there's a reason why I ask you to do something. Okay, I did not ask you so you can pass it on to the next person. Okay, there's a reason why. Your choice is either do it or say no, and you explain why. But this business of you know I'm asking you to do something and you in turn you're gonna ask that person to do that favor? No, I don't think so. Okay. Another pet peeve I have, and I appreciate the fact that there are 8 people watching this stream as we speak. I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. Okay, it's not going to cost you anything, um, but it will help my algorithm. Okay, let's see. Yeah, yeah. You know what? That can be annoying. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it was a little bit annoying when I took a look at my analytics, and I found out that most of the people who view the stream don't bother to don't subscribe. You know what? At this point, I mean, if they subscribe, great. If not, I can't deal with it. I mean, it is what it is. But as I said it before earlier in the beginning, uh, if you do find some value in what I am talking about, it'll be great if you hit the like button, and also be great if you subscribe to the platform. If you find that what I'm talking about is worth your time and energy. Okay. Another pet peeve I have, and I'm going to compound it with yelling. Arguing over politics, sports, religion, or anything else. Okay, there's one. It's one thing if you get into a discussion and it gets very and people are passionate about what they believe. That's perfectly fine. Okay. When it turns into arguing, that's where I have a problem. Okay. And the point is, why? Okay, why are you going to be arguing over someone's religious views? Okay. I mean, you can have 10 people on my faith system. You're going to get 10 different views on how they view their faith. Okay, that's a reality. So this whole notion about arguing over like politics or sports or religion or the weather. Okay, it makes it makes no sense. Okay, and sometimes people get too passionate and trying to like out yell you in order for people to accept your point of view. This is my thing. I'm going to state what I believe, whether you wish to um, follow my example or not. Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Irving. Okay, okay, thank you. So look, this whole notion of arguing, and I mean arguing. I mean, particularly now when next year we're going to have another presidential election, so we're going to be debating who is the best candidate. Okay, whether it be Biden, uh, Biden, Trump, DeSantis, or whoever the fluff is running. With all due respect, that and 290 will get you a ride and on the subway. Okay, there are certain things it's just not worth the energy to argue about. Okay, like for example, when it comes to religious views, if you do not share my religious views, that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna argue with you or or beat you up because you don't worship as I do. Uh, One thing that we have to bear in mind that here in this country, there's a thing called freedom of religion and also freedom not to practice religion. Okay, and while I am a Christian and I firmly believe that my faith system um, is the solution. Not everyone sees things differently. Not everyone sees things the same way. So you know what? It is. There's no problem if we disagree. You know, we were Harry and look like Hispanic version of a yeah. The fact of the matter is, we're all gonna come across these people every day. Okay. And the best thing to do is not to engage with these people. No. Because remember, as I said it before, hurt people hurt people. That's a reality. That's not okay. And I prefer to think of it in that light. Another pet peeve when people yell. Okay. First of all, I'm not hearing impaired. I can hear you. Maybe I might not be able to understand you if you speak quickly or what have you. But it doesn't hurt to repeat yourself once or twice. So there's really no need for all that yelling or what have you. Okay. And the last one, not keeping your word. Now I get it. People when they make a promise, they make a promise in the expectation that they're going to fulfill that promise. Okay. There are people who do, and there's people who don't for whatever reason. Okay. But my thing is just own up to it. Okay. If for some reason you're not able to keep a promise, just say so and you try to explain why. Okay. Um, you show more maturity when you acknowledge that there may be something that you may not be able to do instead of trying to do it yourself and then uh, not working out. So that my suggestion is before you make a promise, you think about it and you do a self assessment as far as am I able to fulfill what this person is asking me? And mind you, you no, mind you, we all face this situation, okay? So just be honest and have a seat, okay? And I'm just gonna state one more pet peeve, um, which is the following: when you have creators who are constantly repeating the same thing over and over and over again, all on the same subject. When people devote entire streams in regards to that project or what have you, okay. So just just to take accountability for your actions, and you will do yourself a great service. And to the people who have to deal with clients, I mean, that's not an easy thing. I mean, I have done it before, and there are times when you push your last button. So to prevent such situation, just be honest, and if you're able to do something, do it. If not, no. The Bible talks about let your yes be yes and your no be no, because everything else comes from the adversary. Okay. So again, these are just some uh, pet peeves which I had. Okay. Um, but I do appreciate the fact that there's nine likes. Okay. And see here we have someone called OIG Charisma. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. My pet peeve when someone steals my money and gives me garbage. Oh, okay. You know what? To each one's own. To each one's own. Okay. Um, I never consume narcotics other than the prescription type and under a doctor's care. So you know what? Mm, to each one's own. So you know what? Look, it's not my place. Look, it's not my place to make any judgments. It's just that look, everyone does what they feel that needs to be done. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Look, I get it, Key Macho, that you have certain issues with other people, and that and other people have issues with you. I get it. Okay. And he's another one. Oops. Okay. That's why I don't believe in doxing people. I don't. Why? I mean, look, it doesn't. First of all, it doesn't end well, and it's much easier just to block. It's much easier just to block these people whenever people act foolish or whatever. Okay, and I've seen it on multiple multiple channels when you have people acting foolish. Okay, one thing that to bear in mind is that here this is a safe space for people to express their point of view. I don't censor people. I just ask that people please show mutual respect. My pet peeve is a professional pervert that sends pics to a woman and claims that they are for the people. Yeah, my pet peeve is when people have the people. Okay, this is my pet peeve when where people have their name in my mouth and try to make people lives livable along with their family. Yeah, that's why look, if I have a beef with someone, it's with that person. I'm not going to involve their family involved. Why should I do that? Okay, this is a lack of maturity on my part. Okay, and also what it does, it also weakens the argument. But that's near here nor there. Now, King Macho, I have checked some of your content. Some of it is very interesting. Okay, um, I need this. I need to watch more of your content. Um, and of course, everyone's entitled to their point of view. Okay. So what I'm going to do is before I end this stream, I just want to talk about tomorrow's stream. Okay. Um, and the topic is would be the American Latino experiences. Okay. So what is that about? It's basically what it's about is dealing with the challenges that Latinos have living in the United States. And I'm referring to not just those who immigrated from other countries, but I'm also talking about members of the diaspora over here. Okay, because we all face issues. Um, some of our issues will differ based on our own life experiences. So I will be talking about that tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And the reason why I picked nine because I have an earlier commitment which I need to keep. Okay. I'm happy when people telling what I am not like there and their well, not their present at birth. Okay. I said this before. I'm not going to say it again. I mean, as long as you know who you are, does it really matter what other people think? Okay. I mean, really, people can think what they wish about me, that I'm a racist, that I'm a simp, that I'm an old, senile, lonely guy, what have you. You know what? If that helps you to get through the night, go ahead. Okay. But I'm not going to engage in your stupidity. So, I will, like I said, I will be talking about the experiences Latinos have. And it's basically based on observation, dealing with members of the diaspora, also dealing with people who were um, who are from their countries of origin. So I'm going to be sharing you my points of view regarding that. If it isn't, if it doesn't, and they have no logical proof except deep prejudice. Uh, you know what? This going back and forth as far as debating who's a Dominican, who's not a Dominican. Uh, I am not going to approach that subject because, first of all, I'm not Dominican, number one. Number two, as far as I'm concerned, that's an internal issue for them to take care of if they wish to do so. All I'm doing is just basically paying a visit regarding a cemetery which I came across. Okay, and all I can say is let them be who they wish to be. Okay. Now let's see. I think key much. I don't know. Most podcasters that try to dox people and cry when they get doxed for being a doxer in YouTube are incels. Okay. Um. You know what? They have nothing better to do but to create drama when drama does not exist. I mean, the best way to deal with these people is just ignore them. Okay. But in any case, I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to be doing a stream on Friday. I'll be making a decision tomorrow. If I do a Friday stream, it'll probably be late, like around maybe 11 or 11:30, which is very late for me. I understand that, but you have to think outside the box and try to do things to try to create an audience. Okay, but I will make I will make a decision tomorrow, and I will post it. Um, okay, well, you know what? We will see. We will see. I do know you. I do know you do go on quite a bit. So, well, we will see. Okay. Um, but in any case, I do appreciate all the people who stopped by in the chat. Okay. I also appreciate those, like Kishan that actually got on the platform. So, and of course, all of you are welcome to enter comments after the stream. All I ask for is to be respectable. Okay. We don't have to agree. We can disagree. Okay. And I see here we're gonna have another pet peeve. My pet peeve are entertainers that claim to be professional but don't give the public their money's worth. Yeah. Um, I think part of the problem is the lack of accountability. Okay. And let me just make it perfectly clear: not all performers fall into that category. You do have performers who who do take their craft seriously, okay, and do produce content where that's worth listening, that's worth engaging, okay. But in any case, I really appreciate all the and by all means, please spread the word regarding Uncommon Sand, and if you can, ask them to subscribe to the channel, okay. It's not much, but I do try to produce quality content. Okay, and let's see. Excuse me. All right. I think with that, I think it's time to start to wrap this up. Um, I understand. Look, like I said, I get it. People have beats with each other. let's try to tone down the rhetoric a little bit, okay? On your own platforms, you can say whatever you wish to your heart's content. Here, I ask for a little bit of civility, okay? Okay, but all right, let's see what time. I'm a pet peeve when people say that dissent about the whole action screen to them. Okay, well, in any case, I really appreciate all of you. Like I said, tomorrow I will be live at 9 o'clock, and the topic will be the Latino American experience. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my observations regarding issues that we face. Okay, whether it be part of the diaspora or part of those who came from other countries. I feel people who say that we live in Jersey, Florida. Okay. Well, in any case, I'm gonna wrap this up, folks. And I do appreciate the second folks that are still watching, even if you are watching from the clouds. And I appreciate the fact that this stream has gotten 10 likes. Okay, so I appreciate that. All right. So, um, with that being said, of course, I'm gonna close the same way that I'm gonna close. Um, we must do everything possible to minimize our contact with the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by the stupidity and massive insanity. And just before I sign off, I just want to show you my latest ending video clip, which will air whenever I end my stream. That is the new clip, and I'm going to play it again. Okay, I see we got a couple of comments here. Okay. All right. I think it's time for me to end this stream before I don't want to. I mean, this back and forth is a little bit overboard. Okay, if you want to go out and go at it on your platforms, that's fine. Let's not do it here. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. You know what? It is what it is, folks. Okay. But in any case, I do appreciate all the love and support. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. So, in any case, um, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Wishing you all of you a very good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and peace.